Yes, guys, back with more classics. Today we've got our nice MGB that's just come in. And today on this, amongst other things, we're going to be doing a full fluid change on the lubrication side of things. So we're going to start at the back. We're going to do the diff oil, gearbox oil, engine oil, nice new filter, and spark plugs as well, just to finish that off. So yeah, let's crack on. I'll show you around the car. It's a very nice one, and we'll get it done. Now this thing looks to have been done really well. I can't remember what the chap said, but it's had a respray, it's had all new everything, all new suspension, brakes, blah, blah, blah. And it does look rather grand inside here. It runs really well. I have done a coolant change, but you didn't need to see that because it's boring. And then we're going to go ahead, change the spark plugs, chuck a nice new oil filter on it, fill it all up with oil, and off we go. So coming around the side, we can have a quick look inside. Looks grand in here. Here's a GT. We've got some spares in the back. I've only just noticed it's got a rag top. Super cool. Probably Webasto. And yeah, it's a grand old car, this. We'll come around the back as well. Just have a nice little look. It really is a nice one, this. Right, let's get it up in the air. And we'll start draining some fluids and refilling. Alrighty then, so we're going to start at the back. I'm going to drain the diff oil. This is your fill plug. This is your drain plug. A nice top mechanic tip. Always check your fill plug actually loosens before you do it. There we go. Because if you drain the oil and that's buggered, you're not going to be able to get any back in, and then you're in the shit really. So make sure that is loose first. Then you can go ahead and crack off the drain plug as well. I'll just go and get the oil drainer. Oil drainer acquired. Now I usually use a big tub and just pour everything away, but another little tip, get an empty old oil tub, fully empty, and you can actually measure and see, estimate how much oil actually came out, because then you know how much to put back in. This will be level fill, but it's always nice to know how much came out in the first place anyway, so we'll just knock that off and out it comes. It looks pretty good actually. Doesn't look too bad at all. And it looks to me like it was just under 1 litre. I had one in last week and it had a slightly different back end and there was no drain plug. So super handy for filling and draining is one of these things. You can actually get it in and suck all the old oil out as much as you can anyway. I managed to get a good litre out of it. And then back in, clean it out, fill it up and squidge it back in. Now she's just started dripping. Was that a Kenneth Williams moment, I think? You can just about see it's very, very slightly under 1 litre on there, depending on how accurate this is. So we know that our 1 litre of Castrol EP90s is going to go back in nicely. So let's do that. Okay, well, just while she's dripping out there, we'll go ahead and fill up our nice filler suction syringe thing. It's always nice to have some rags around because it is a pretty messy job, this. You'll find it goes bloody everywhere. So we'll slowly drag it in. Right, so she's full. Normally I think this takes about ½ litre, something like that. And you'll see why we need the cloths everywhere, because it goes fucking everywhere. Right, so we're going to try and work a little bit quickly now because there is oil dripping out of that syringe. They're not the best things in the world. But what we'll do, we'll chuck our drain plug back in now she's empty. We'll give her a nice little nip. Now it uses a square drive. You can find these on eBay, pretty cheap. I think these were only about 15 quid. Get them, very good. Next thing we'll do is we'll whip out a fill plug. Nice like that. This thing has made a right mess already. Anyway, so we'll get our syringe and we'll give her a good old push and fill her up. And it's quite thick oil, this. It's EP90s. so it doesn't really like being pushed through small spaces, but you'll get there eventually. Most, if not all of this is going to go in. So we'll fill her up for the final time and we'll wait for it to drip. And there it is. Quick, back in. Lovely. Anyway, fill plugs back in. We'll tighten her back down. Nice nip. And that's your diff oil done. Oh, and don't forget to give her a little wipe as well. Ta-da. Making good progress, folks. Next up is going to be the gearbox oil. So this is our drain plug here, and this one actually has a fill right up there. If you can see the little bung, we're going to have to get in the car to fill this up. So we're going to have to find out how much it needs. We'll estimate it, and it's even got a little dipstick up there as well that helps us make sure that everything is level. Let's crack on. So same again for the gearbox. We're going to use an empty oil container just to measure how much comes out, give us a better idea of putting it back in just so we don't overfill. And we've got a 11/16 drain on this gearbox, hex, and we'll just unscrew her and try not to make a mess. Ta-da. Oh dear, that's going to overflow. Oh heck. There we go. A little bit of air in. Whew, that was close. Now you probably noticed there is a speedo cable flopping about here. It needs a new drive, which we will be putting in today. The little right angle drive actually decided to shit itself, so I'll put a picture in. So we've got a new one of those coming today. The cable spins nice and free. I've checked on the dash and the miles per hour is working, it's going up. So we're going to chuck a new one of them on there. So hopefully it comes in time and I can show you how to do that. Now, the oil we're going to be using today for the gearbox, recommended, is our nice Castrol Classic 2050s mineral. Same as the gearbox, same as the engine. I've heard of people putting ATF in these things to unseize overdrives and all sorts of stuff. Who knows? This is the recommended stuff. This is the stuff that I like to use. We're going to use that. So we're just going to leave that for a little while just to get as much out as possible. You can see she's slowed down now. And we are just about up to 2.5 litres, which is, I think, what the recommended putting back in amount is. Putting back in amount. What on earth does that even mean? Refill amount. And just while that's draining, I'll show you where I get all the bits from for these MGs. They're absolutely brilliant. This is not a sponsored video, but the amount of times that they've saved my ass by putting stuff on next day delivery, they've always got everything in. I've even found that if you ring them up, they've got loads of good advice as well, which is super cool. I get the engine oil off there. I'll show you the old right angle drive that I got off them. That should be coming today, hopefully. So this is the one that came out of it inside. And as you can see there, this should go in there, and it should definitely not look like that. Absolutely buggered. I think something seized up in the past and then chewed up our wire. So yeah, these guys, Rimmer Brothers, right about there. Not a sponsored video, but if anybody from Rimmer Brothers sees this, you know what to do. Give me a contact for the next one. Okay, she's stopped gushing now since we've unplugged her. We'll pop our drain plug back in. And tighten her back up. Just like that. I've also gone ahead and done all the grease nipples. I've greased all of the nipples up as well, so. What do you think, John?
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Good job, 100%.
So yeah, next thing we're going to do is jib up top, try and get our carpet up and get in there and fill it up. Okay, it looks like 2.5 litres came out of it, pretty much precisely. So we're going to put 2 in first, and then we'll just carry on with the dipstick. Let's see if we can find out where the bung is under here. I think it's behind here. Oh yes, there she is. So hopefully we should be able to pop that bad boy out. And under there will be our Dippensticken. That's German for dipstick. Fantastic. Here we go, guys. It's going to be a bit of a MacGyver one, this. Make sure you put lots of cloths down because there's going to be lots and lots of oil knocking about. So as you can see there, we have a pipe that comes up and it goes up to here into a nice funnel. Now this is going to take a while and it might look stupid, but if it works, it ain't stupid. Bye, John. So what I've got is my little measuring jug. I've measured out 1 litre precisely. Coming over here, and we've got our funnel. So this is going to take a little old while. So what I'm going to do is put 2.5 litres in, re-dip it with the dipstick. So I'll have to come back to you in precisely 3 to 4 working days. See you soon, guys. This is going to be a while. Is it working, John?
It's working. More weight you can keep on it, better.
Yeah, true. It's a pretty good little system, that, actually, isn't it?
Says you're making a fucking mess in there.
Right, that's 2.5 litres in the gearbox. So we'll just let that settle, I think. And in the meantime, we'll swap out our spark plugs for nice new ones. Now, I did go ahead and check these. The spark plug gaps, like on the last video, the E-Type, they were all delivered and all of these were all dented in, so we had to re-gap them all, so make sure you always check them. Oh, so we'll pull these buggers out and get some nice new ones in. Oh. You're not going to come and make sure I'm doing a good job, John?
Sorry?
You're not going to come over and make sure I'm doing a good job?
Well, you're doing a good job, don't need me to tell you.
Honestly, people on things, you remember when we had that, what was it, that Vauxhall Victor?
Yes.
And we were just chatting shit about them, and you said that that you were 7 when they came out. Honestly, people were proper getting involved with that. One chap even wrote a big like story. Really, it was quite cool. You know, about you remember when they were back in the day.
I don't know, I was 7. I was 17, I think.
You weren't that old.
Yeah.
No, 1959.
59. Oh yeah, I was 9.
9, right? Yeah. Yeah, loads of chaps always comment loads of stuff down underneath. What's it called? You know, like stories of cars they used to see back in the 50s and what the dad had and all that stuff.
They weren't very pretty.
Well, the nostalgia side of things seems to be.
Mayflower and Razor Edge and
Mayflower.
Yeah.
Is that the Triumph?
Yeah.
Yeah, that chap in the village has got one. He's brought that here, do you remember? The black one.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if he's got that anymore, actually.
It looked okay in the day, but...
In the day. Beautiful. Wonder if that gearbox has settled now so we can dip it with the Dippensticken. Right, I think our gearbox oil is settled now without any mess whatsoever. So let's hope we can continue that. So we'll pull our pipe out and then we'll give her a little re-dip. Old man John's just gonna help us. Look at that, no drips at all. All right. Right, let's check the level. We've got some high and low on here, if you can see that. Let's see if we can get it in and give her a little dippy dip. If I can get it in the hole. Okay, so she's in. Pull her back out. And see where we're at. Bam, right in the middle. Or just near the top, actually. It's just about here. And high is there. So I think we'll just jib a slight little bit more in, and we'll be able to box that bugger right back up. Right, we've got a top right up. It's just about touching the max line, so we'll pop this bugger back in like so. Nice fresh oil. What's our rubber? And we'll pop our rubber back in. The bung back in right there, like that, and we'll pop our carpet back over. Beautiful, no mess. Oh, and I just noticed as I put the carpet back then, actually, what the hell's that? Oh look, it's our pal Love Audrey's branded beer mat. Chuck us a like, comment and subscribe, and if you want one of these, jump on my Instagram, link down below. Let me know if you want one and I'll get one shipped out to you. Nice one. Right, onto the oil change. I actually let it drip overnight, so it was completely out. It's just a 3/4 plug with a little copper wash on it. So undo that, drain it out, but it stops dripping, plug it back in, tighten her up. Let's go up top and do the oil filter. Fucking hell. Right, oil filter. This has got the newer version. Normally it's got a canister with the paper filter, but it's got a newer version, like an adapter kit, so you can actually put spin-on ones. But unfortunately they are upside down and it probably does have oil in it, so make sure you've put your rag down and we'll be able to loosen it off and get it out of there as quickly as possible to minimize mess. Let's see if we can get it off first time. Oh yes, it wasn't that tight. Lovely jubbly. Now you'll see probably a bit of spillage. Hopefully it's been left long enough. Oh, there we go. Minimal mess. All right. So we've got a nice new oil filter. That's going to go on. No need to lubricate the seal because it's already pretty oil in there. So we'll just spin that bugger on. Don't get any of your rag trapped. And we'll get it nicely nipped down and we'll give it a nice little clean off as well. Beautiful. More top tips. Make sure you write the date on 13/6/25 and you know when to change your oil next. Ta-da. Okay, final part of this service is going to be filling up the engine oil. So we'll pop our cap off, chuck in our funnel, and we're going to go ahead and use the same stuff we put in the gearbox, and that's 2050's good old Castrol. So I think this is about 5 litres, so I think it's going to take most of this. So I think we'll put the majority of it in and then just dip until we've got it up to level. Then we'll run it up, re-dip, and the job is a good one. Alrighty then, she's all topped up. We'll fire her up, let her warm up, and then we'll re-dip her once she's settled. Right, she's nice and warm. She's had time to settle. We'll just check that. And there we go. Beautiful. And there we are, fellas. Once again, it's not quite ready to go this time, but I've covered the main lubrication servicing, which was the main reason for this video anyway. I did hope that the speedo drive would come in time for me to just chuck it back on, but unfortunately it's not arrived by UPS as usual. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one. We've done the diff oil, gearbox oil, engine oil, and a few cheeky spark plugs as well. And as you can see, it's running beautiful. I've got a few more last little bits to do on it actually. A couple of little catches on the windows and stuff, but that's boring anyway. So yeah, quick little how-to on the lubrication side of things. Chuck us a little subscribe and a thumbs up if you've liked this one, and I'll see you on the next one, fellas. Nice one.